Hello, Apocalypse Soon listeners. Are you searching, wondering what's missing in your life? I know exactly what it is. You haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel or started on the Patreon yet. Go over to patreon.com/Eddie Pepitone for exclusive stand-up clips and this podcast the day it comes out on video. You also get a shout-out from old Eddie, and you get to see his artwork and get exclusive clips and all things like that. Also go to EddiePepitone.com if you want to see his live tour dates and just see what's going on in general in his life and get all caught up. Now, let's get into the show. Welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. And now, sitting next to me, a legend, a general thriver, a man who refuses to be pulled under by the ocean of sadness. It's Eddie Pepitone.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to our podcast. Hello, welcome to our podcast. Tonight we will have everybody going to be dancing.
Eddie has had his tongue removed for this episode only.
Everybody going to be dancing. If I could have my way, this country would dancing again. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside.
No upside.
I am your host, Edward Pepitone. You know what Edward means?
I don't.
Protector. The protector. I'm very protective of, the inner circle.
I like that. I'm the same way, man. I'll go to bat. I get, if I see something, if I can do something about something, I try to intercede,
Yeah,
for a friend.
not me. Anyway, it's been a great couple of weeks since I've last seen you. Wink.
That's right. Yes.
What's going on?
Oh man. Well, since the last podcast we did, I
had a water.
I went to the restroom. Beautiful restroom here at the studio. Absolutely fantastic.
It really is.
Yes. I pulled up a clip of Marcel Proust.
I love that you have that on tape, by the way. That's where we left it. On tape. By the way, tape just means, whatever cloud you listen to things on.
Yes, a chunk of information translated into audio.
Chunk of info translate. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And there's a man reading it to me.
Hello. I'm the guy who teaches people how to read for Audible.com. I've been teaching Audible book people for many years.
Do you ever do any reading yourself, sir?
Yes, right now I would like to read the side of the can, Liquid Death.
All right.
Liquid Death, sparkling water. Anyway, that's just a little bit of what I do.
Now I've noticed there's a couple of ahs and ums in there. Is that intentional?
I'm sorry. The reason I'm like this is that is that I had an electrician attack me. I had called in an electrician to put in an extra line because T-Mobile said you're eligible for an extra line. So the guy shows up and he attacked me.
Oh.
And now I talk like this.
Rob, what do you think?
I'm not a fan of this voice at all. It's deeply uncomfortable.
Thank you.
You wouldn't want to hear a bunch of books read by this voice?
No, not really.
I'll read you Napoleon. Ready? Napoleon got up. It was 2:15. Napoleon, ironically, was craving a Napoleon. A pastry named after him. They're very good, by the way. Have you had Napoleons?
I've had Neapolitan ice cream.
That's not a Napoleon, but
what is a Napoleon?
A Napoleon is kind of like an eclair. They're delicious.
Oh yeah, I love an eclair.
Ooh. Anyway,
Not according to this, it's not.
It's not?
What is it?
Oh,
It's
man.
like a mi foi.
Which is
like lots of layers.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah, those
thin,
are great.
Thin,
Yeah.
flaky layers of pastry.
Thin, flaky layers of pastry is the Napoleon.
Is there cream in it?
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like there's
yes
some sort of custard or something in
Yes,
between
yes
the
custard.
Seems kind of like an eclair, kind of.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But this kid in the booth, he gets out his little rule books, and they're like, no, man.
He is French.
Oh, that's right. The French, really, the bakery stuff I like. In a bakery, right? I like the creaminess.
Oh, yeah.
I
don't like a stale pastry. So something creamy that does.
I burnt down a bakery that sold me a stale croissant.
And it sounds like they deserved it. You know?
I drove back with a couple of my friends. We splashed gasoline around the perimeter of the of the entire bakery. It was about 4 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend Tommy had a lighter.
Yeah,
pretty sure it was Tommy. It might have been Nels.
Yeah.
Nels, by the way, did have a brain transplant, and it went fine.
But is he still Nels?
Well, he's committing arson. Anyway,
Okay.
He threw the thing that lit the bakery on fire.
Yeah.
Because you want creaminess in your bakery.
Yeah. Otherwise, burn it to the ground.
Why don't we do a new episode of something? How about the fireman sergeant who took things way too seriously?
All right. And now returning with another episode of Serious Fire Guy.
All right, guys. We got some serious shit here to deal with today. What is it, Sarge? You see that trash can?
Yeah.
That's on fire.
Okay.
I need you guys to show up for this city. Show up for this city today, God.
You want me to put it out?
And another episode of Serious Fire Guy.
Wow, that was kind of short and sweet. And that, by the way, that's an example of what's going on after.
I like that.
The SAG strike and the writer's strike is that the episodes are getting shorter.
Mm-hmm.
They're cutting down on costs. So that is kind of a sign of what's to come. That'll be a full episode.
Yeah. Should we do like a Law and Order episode with those new prescriptions or
what
prescriptions with those new constraints that they have to be short?
Yeah.
Law and Order. Boom, 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 boom.
Let's go. Ready?
Law and Order, starring Eddie Pepitone.
Can I get a word with your mom?
Absolutely. It's Sir, actually.
Sorry, I've been drinking. Hey, listen. We noticed a rash of killings revolving around the tea that you're selling, so we just want to run some of your tea through the lab.
I got nothing to hide, so run all the tea you want.
You got nothing to hide, huh? What's under that blanket, bitch? Pull up the blanket.
Boom, 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 boom. Thanks for joining us on another episode of Law and Order with Eddie Pepitone.
Now, the one thing about those episodes are they do hit hard emotionally because it's like a quick rabbit punch to the solar plexus.
Absolutely. Is there any other forms of media that you've seen this played out in, like any other movies or shows or anything? This short format?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Movies?
Yeah.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, that could be good.
Yeah. How about the latest Pixar one? We'll call it, instead of cars, we'll call it toasters.
I like that.
Let's do it.
Join us at another exciting adventure of Toasters, starring Eddie Pepitone.
I'm scared to go over there.
Me too.
What are we gonna do?
I'm just sucking my own dick.
And thanks for joining us on Toasters, starring Eddie Pepitone.
Now, that's a bit of a Randy
Yeah.
animated series put out by Fox.
Yeah.
Who, they specialize in pushing the envelope, those folks.
I mean, that's how you stay on the cutting edge of comedy. You got to push the envelope.
You have to push it so hard. You have to push it and push it and push it. Let me tell you, gentlemen, Shell Oil is committed. We're committed to getting every ounce of oil out of this goddamn earth.
Thompson, why do we have the pornography on in the background yet again?
I love your cock. I love your cock.
Look, I don't think it's professional at all, and I think we're getting a lot less work done.
We at Shell, I want to fuck you.
See, it's a perfect example. You can't even get through your sentence without the pornography.
We at Shell, we will destroy the earth.
I'm gonna blow it. See, that's totally inappropriate. We're trying to have a serious meeting here, and the guy's, frankly, just blowing it all over the place here, and I can't focus on what you're telling me about the numbers here at Shell Oil Corporation.
Fuck me, 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 fuck me. Shell Oil.
And thanks for joining us at another episode of Toasters, starring Eddie Pepitone.
I didn't know that was part of Toasters, but it was awesome.
Well, it's like a bit within a bit. Man, I just got my mustache hair caught on the lip of this can.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know, but mustaches can cause a lot of pain, not just on the people we are eating out, but on ourselves by getting our mustaches caught in various cans and doors. I've had my mustache. Have you ever get your mustache caught in a revolving door?
Oh, I
It's
can't
the
imagine. I can't imagine.
You're like,
Yeah, you just get pulled along, and the people don't even know.
they think you're doing a Rowan Atkinson Mr. Bean parody.
Yes. Or you're making out with the door in some way because your face is so squished in the
Yep.
small area.
Yep.
Ugh. No, I've got my mustache hair caught by my own teeth before.
Oh, yes.
That's-
I've had that.
No good.
One time I had a bowl of soup of what I thought was chicken noodle. It was just mustache hair.
There's some thick hairs.
Yeah.
Some very thick hairs.
Yes, yes. So, all right. Well, we're 13 minutes in. I think we've done a good job of kicking this one off.
I think Rob's concerned about our well-being or something.
Well,
I
Rob
feel-
knows that we're a little off the hook, and he knows that we know that it's not going to get any better.
Yes. Yes. And he's trying to play it cool. Like he's like, this show's going to get way better.
Hello. I want to give you some reasons to do a podcast. Welcome to Papa. Welcome to Papa's Podcast School.
Reason number one.
Everybody sign in. Manuel.
Yes.
Thanks for joining us another episode of Toasters with Eddie Pepitone.
By the way, these are sneak peeks at Toasters.
Yeah.
And we were able to get our hands on them because I'm current with my dues. Feels good to be current with my Screen Actor Guild.
Well, yeah, you're really taking advantage of all the benefits that your lifestyle has afforded to you, your age, at this point. You No. You got the Social Security coming in.
If I want.
I mean, why not? It's there to be used. And where are you going to get all that? How are you going to pay for all that mustache wax? And
Ba, 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 da, ba. He's Cheetah Rivera. Hello, I'm Cheetah Rivera.
Looking that up.
yeah, what is Cheetah Rivera?
You don't know Cheetah Rivera? She's a stage actress, right?
She played Anita in West Side Story.
Thank you.
Oh, we can't see her on the screen over here. Okay, yeah. See, I thought you were just pulling it out of the
I know.
eccentricities of your mind.
I know. It's sad to me that you don't know musical theater.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you have other things that are pluses, like you raise a family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you don't know musical theater. So
I'm blowing it.
no, I mean, is it worth it to have a family, or is it worth it to know that Cheetah Rivera was in West Side Story as Anita? Is the lead.
Oh, really? It's fine. I just wanted to take a look at this lady.
Cheetah.
She sounds attractive.
Yeah, she is.
I like to get a look.
She is attractive.
If I feel that somebody might be attractive, I would want to see more.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you're experiencing right now is the
Toaster with Eddie Pepitone.
Now that was the weakest episode so far.
Yeah. It was disjointed. You know, it's fine, Rob. If you can't get it up, the
I can
feed.
get it up, baby.
I know. I figured. Yeah. Did you ever do serious theater growing up?
Yeah.
What's one of your cherished memories?
Well, I was the lead in Arthur Miller's View from the Bridge, which I played a dock worker named Eddie Carboni, who has his niece from Italy come to live with him and his wife, and he falls in love with the niece.
That's right. Yes.
And it's a tragedy, of course.
Because his wife won't let him have sex.
But
with
it's
his
serious
niece.
play, huh?
Yeah. How did you deal? I mean,
Because
that's why it was
I just
so
caught
sad. It's everybody.
you almost slipped the one by me, Tinkin.
I'm so.
Oh, look, you got it. You got it. You got. There she is. There's Cheetah. Now that's an older picture of Cheetah too.
Yeah. It seems like a
It's
modern.
better when she's young and hot.
Right.
Yeah, young hot cheetah.
Cheetah. Oh yeah, there she is.
Oh yeah.
I remember.
How did you like playing a serious role?
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Do you get a lot of opportunities to play a straight serious role?
A couple, but not really. I've auditioned for a couple recently, and did not get them.
Shoot.
But
yeah,
whatever, it's okay.
I'd love to see that.
Because I've done them.
Yeah. Well, you're the short. I've just seen a couple of short things that you've done that were serious from Fine Arts Documentary. You throw a couple of them in there,
Right.
I always love that stuff. I would love to be a fly on the wall in your life in New York while you were doing those, like a lot of Broadway shows and stuff like that.
No, not a lot of Broadway shows.
Well, I
but
mean,
some. But
I should just say theater shows.
theater stuff.
Yeah, theater stuff.
Yeah. That was a really different part of my life. I was really into acting more than comedy, and now it's completely
flopped.
Yes.
Flip flop.
Yes.
Flip flops.
I thank you for saying it.
Yeah.
This way we don't have any pretenses.
No. I meant like,
No, I know.
They switched
I know,
places.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I know. I know. Why don't we do? I just thought of a new bit called "Murder at Denny's."
Okay.
Let's do "Murder at Denny's."
And now, Murder at Denny's.
It's too on
All
the
right.
nose. It's too on the nose. It's
Now
too-
I didn't even have to call it
No,
out,
I know. I couldn't
but
even.
that is hilarious.
Now.
But sometimes they just write themselves, so let's stick with that. Ready? Go ahead.
And now, on another episode of The Darkness of Restaurants, starring Eddie Pepitone.
Hey, can you hear that? Is anybody else hearing this noise?
Sir, that's just the pancake batter getting put on the grill. It's very thick, and you hold on. I'll put the listen to this. I'm pouring the pancake mix on the grill.
Oh, wow. That's a really weird sound. Hey, I've got a whole lobby full of customers. Can I get those as fast as possible?
Yeah, sir. There we go.
Order up.
Franklin!
Man, this bell sounds so weird when you press it like that.
We got a man down! We got a man down! Pancakes! Man down!
Yeah, here we
Fuck me! Fuck me! Shell Oil is committed to scaling back our methods of destruction.
Are you tired of all those old toaster clips? Now try Toaster 4D.
Manscaping makes sandwiches with pouches.
Thanks for joining us on another episode of Darkness in Restaurants.
Sir, your pancakes, here they are to go.
Thank you very much.
Now,
out the door real quick. Okay. Walk in the door here. Okay, get my pen.
Oh, my God. Ma'am, put down that gun. No, I won't.
Oh, my God, please don't. No.
Harold, you've crossed me for the last time. Don't, Margaret. Don't. Harold.
I can't. Please don't shoot me. Come on, how am I going to eat these pancakes if I'm dead?
Margaret, don't shoot me. Harold? Yes. Goodbye, you double-crossing, stupid small man. Why do you have to, right before you kill me, also insult me, Margaret? Oh, Hal. Al?
I'm going to just take these pancakes right out the door here. I guess you're not going to shoot me at all. So, okay. Boop-a-doop.
Kill him, Margaret!
Ring-a-ding.
Murder. Dad, finish it up.
Thanks for joining us on another real ending of Darkness in Restaurants, starring Eddie Pepitone.
Are you guys okay? Do I need to? Should I call someone?
You may need to call somebody. Eddie's Siri, call my therapist immediately.
Siri, rub my balls. Siri, please, Siri, tickle my balls.
If we had to, in the future, if you had to describe what's happening in this episode, what do you think we would write down? I mean,
I don't know, but I know that in, let's say a couple of months, and I'm completely sober and I'm listening to this episode.
yes.
I'm going to be like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm. Why didn't anybody say anything?
Right, but I realized a long time ago in this business that you got to follow your heart. And that's why I'm with Cedars-Sinai's medical plan.
That's right, Rob.
Cedars-Sinai is dedicated to letting you have a heart to follow. When people say you got to follow your heart, one thing they don't say is that your heart has to be healthy, and that's where Cedars comes in. You can't follow something that's having an attack, a heart attack. You can't follow something that's stopped beating. You can't follow something that's not sending blood to your extremities. You can't follow something that's dead. That's why... With your first in-breath.
No. Go ahead. You got to end the commercial.
Okay. Cedars, we're here for you. Just follow a healthy heart.
Cedars-Sinai.
Toaster.
Show up with good insurance or don't show up at all.
And now, another episode of the slasher who visited live game shows.
Hey, welcome back to Game Show. I'm your host, Dick Dixon. We got our first...
Oh, I can't believe I'm on the game show. I pick A. I pick A.
Hold on now.
Come here, you stupid bitch. The slasher. The slasher struck again.
No!
I can't believe it. The slasher has struck again.
It's been my first...
No, my face. I still want A.
All right, she's going with A, folks. She's going with A.
Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. We will talk about Cheetah Rivera or the slasher on game shows. There are no limits on this podcast. None whatsoever. I know a lot of you people who are linear-minded have left a long time ago. Oh, I want a podcast that will talk step by step on how to fix a muffler or the country. No, on this podcast, we are life itself. The rim-ramming, the bing-banging, the shim-shammy of life.
Definitely the shim-shammy.
Hi. Welcome to Denny's.
Hello?
Hello.
Yes, I like. Can I order with the drink order as well?
Sure. What do you need?
I want 3 Dr. Peppers and Lumberjack Slam.
Who are you? If you order 3 Dr. Peppers and a Lumberjack Slam, I have a playbook here given to me by the corporation, and we just call it the corporation now, and it's directed by Ben Stiller.
Okay.
Hey, you ever see a nice bunny?
Do you want to sit down here with me in the booth?
No,
We'll just talk.
You ever see a bunny?
We might need to turn Eddie off and turn him back on.
Yeah, we might need to reboot him. He needs to be rebooted.
Welcome to North Korea. I am your host. Today on Inside North Korea, we go into Kim Jong-il's house. It is enormous. Yes, I'm walking in here and a robot is sucking his dick right now. I'm going to wait till that's over and then we're going to have cheese.
Throughout all the rooms in Kim Jong-il's home, I was quite startled to stumble upon him in one of the only closed-door rooms I entered where his vacuum cleaner, it appears, was sucking him off.
The vacuum cleaner took his cock, which was quite small, as you would imagine for a man of that proportion. Hold on, folks. I just pulled up to a Carl's Jr. Hold on. Yes, can I have the escape? What, sir? The escape, please. What escape? Escape from this set, this bit that I'm doing?
Coming right up. So, Eddie, hey, welcome to Apocalypse Soon, folks. I'm Kevin Tickett, and here with me is comedian, actor, and improviser, and general great guy, Edward Pepitone.
Edwin! I'm Edwin! Hi, why? Hi, why? Boy, you really got us going.
I tell you what, I'll get it. We'll get it rocking and rolling. Now, Eddie, where do you get these humorous ideas? Where do these come from?
We've done 30 minutes. What the fuck did we do?
I mean,
for 30 minutes.
Very good question.
Yeah,
very good question.
Rob's so over it.
No, he just realizes looks like the dough went through. Ooh. I just had an Apple Watch message. That started with the sentence, and I kid you not, looks like the dough went through.
That's a good text. That's a great text to get. Yeah, Eddie he's always flaunting his wealth in front of me and Rob. You know, we get it. You got an Apple Watch, you got the nice band on it too. Apocalypse Soon is sponsored by Factor. You've got a lot going on this holiday season. It's important to save some time when you can. With Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal kit, saving time in the kitchen is a total breeze. Can you believe it, Eddie?
It really helps me because I have so much going on in the holidays. You know, I have to get my antidepressants tweaked. I have to make sure the couch is ready for me to sleep on for the 8 days that I get depressed. Go ahead.
Well, did you know that Factor delivers chef-prepared, dietitian-approved meals straight to your door? They're always fresh, Eddie. They're never frozen. Just heat them up, and in 2 minutes, dinner is served.
Yeah, and that's great because then I don't have to prepare it, and it gives me more time to call my psychiatrist about, why I'm alone.
And if you struggle with making decisions, you can choose from 35 different weekly meal options, including some awesome breakfast options like apple cinnamon pancakes and bacon and egg cheddar bites. I mean, with so many options, there's something for everyone in the family that they will love.
Absolutely. I mean, you could go hog wild.
And if you don't want to go hog wild, they do have vegan and vegetarian, keto, calorie smart, and protein plus meal options. No matter what your goals are, Eddie, Factor can help you get there.
Yes, and I'm really glad they have a vegan option. Yay.
Yeah. Head to factormeals.com/PEP50 and use code PEP50 to get 50% off. That's code PEP50 at factormeals.com/PEP50 to get 50% off.
Hello, welcome to Rice Cooker.
Today, we are going to be talking about red grain rice with my guest, Bill Pittles.
It's my favorite rice.
Bill is from Napa. Bill, why is rice, and thank you for coming on,
Absolutely.
Why is rice, particularly this period of history, so important right now?
That's a great question. So glad you asked. Right now, you've got so many options to go with, but rice is one of those things that we will always need as a society. And when we're on the brink of nuclear war, and we're on the brink of just being in a situation where we will have to just be scrapping for food,
rice is going to be a staple of the thing that will keep some of the species buoyant.
The two things we're sure will survive in the apocalypse: one, rice. Number two, hacky sacks, which are stuffed with rice.
Ah, yes. Now, Fred, is it? Am I pronouncing? Yeah.
Yes, you're pronouncing it correctly. I can't tell you how many times people have screwed that one up.
Fred, as you know, I've been diagnosed with dragon. And dragon is basically the assessment of my medical team.
Your dragon? Your dragon? What exactly are you dragging?
Ow. Sorry, I'm itchy.
You are itchy.
Fred, what can Fred, what can we look for in the rice field coming up this year?
I'm so glad you asked that. So coming up this season, we're doing a long grain black rice. A very rare type of rice you don't get to partake in very often. But long grain black rice.
Is it true about black rice that if you have it, you'll never go back?
Yes, absolutely. Once you've had a black long grain rice, you don't go back. It's actually, it's part of our marketing slogan that we've been working on here.
What's that?
Ladies and gentlemen, I will be killing myself live on the podcast.
I just got another Apple Watch message.
I get it. You're living high on the hog.
Folks, this is the...
God. Maybe we should just watch a movie for this episode. Like we could just put a movie on and
I'm sorry, folks. But anyway, let's finish up with the rice.
Yes. Thank God. Yeah, long grain black rice.
You never go back. You said
back.
something that I didn't pay attention to, and I'm sorry,
No.
Ken.
I was saying that's our new marketing
But let me tell you, it's a
slogan.
little fucking boring rice, so that's why I get distracted easily.
Well, you asked me on the show.
Finally, what brought you? I know that. Finally, what brought you into rice, and what keeps you in the rice game?
You know, I went to the ocean when I was about 4 years old. And
Is that right?
yes, and there was a man on the side of the ocean.
Oh, as there always is.
Yes, and he wrote my name on a grain of rice. And, yeah,
One of those guys, Caligula.
he was a Caligula. Yes, he was one of those.
He just put his hand up your ass
He did,
and said, "Speak, Roman citizen."
and that might be one of the reasons that rice has had such a big impact on me. Was the molestation coupled with my name being written on a small grain of rice, and from then on, it's been nothing but rice for me.
Thank you for coming on, and that's been Rice Talk. I'm your host, Kevin Lentil. And Rice Talk is brought to you by Rice Milk. Rice Milk, done right, is ricey, yet not dicey. And it certainly is better served up icy. Rice Milk. And Rice Milk, as you know, most of Rice Milk had a mass shooting in their main plant. So we're going oat milk.
That's right. That's right. That's absolutely right. Thanks for joining us on Rice Talk. I'm Edward Legume. In for a penny, in for a pound, you know? It is nice to laugh this much. You know, I don't know if everybody out there feels that they enjoy watching us laugh this much, but I feel good. I'm filled
Shouldn't
with
we
endorphins.
get to the top? Let's do the top 5 stories. We never do kind of like a formal news thing, but let's do the top 5 stories.
Let's go
okay?
top 5 news stories. Rob in the booth, let's see what we got here. Top 5 news. I like the idea of doing what we just did and then going immediately into an Israel-Palestine discussion.
Israel airstrikes on Gaza resume after truce with Hamas ends.
Yep.
Which I don't understand. Brutal. That is brutal to do to people who have nowhere to go.
Yes.
And then what do we have here? Representative George Santos expelled from House.
Oh my gosh.
Now, have you followed? And the reason I'm not saying more about the Israel thing is it's just so fucking brutal and charged. And whenever you mention anything, people.
Well, it's a very nuanced debate, which is why my stance is always like, I like the ceasefire. Like, let's stop, please stop.
Of course.
People dying. But beyond that, it's hard to take a stance.
It's a genocide. Sparks flew behind the scenes at the Ron DeSantis. Ooh, I wonder what that was like. DeSantis and Gavin Newsom. Is Newsom running for president?
No.
So what kind of debate is that?
I mean, I think he's trying to set himself up so that if Biden dies or becomes like seriously ill, he'll be the guy that they tap in. And if that doesn't happen, then he's setting himself up for 2028.
But okay, so I'm right. This is about the presidency.
Yeah, I mean, but they just had I don't know what the fucking point of this debate was, but they just had like a debate about everything.
Court rules Donald Trump can be sued for allegedly inciting Capitol riot. I think it's hilarious that we've been hearing nothing for, 8 years about how this is going to happen to Trump, this is going to happen to Trump, and nothing has happened to him yet. I think. I don't know. What you want to read that, Kev?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Anyway, it's just the fact that Trump is even being discussed seriously. I mean, what a broken system this is. It really is a broken system.
Yes.
And I'm sorry I've been laughing so much and having a good time. I think.
Yeah. Did you forget about the broken system? You forgot about the broken system for a little while.
Well, I think when you live in such a broken system, you shouldn't laugh.
That's right. That's right. I think for the rest of this podcast.
That's a joke, by the way. And it's a joke within a joke, which this podcast kind of is. It's a joke within a joke within a joke. And we're tightening this kind of mind game thing that we've been playing with you, the audience. And by reading news stories like the mainstream news stories, I think it's like, okay, guys, here we go. This is what they're saying is important. Derek Chauvin was stabbed 22 times in federal prison attack. Wow. Holy shit. Did he die, Rob?
No, he's alive, I believe.
Oh, my God. This is the guy who killed George Floyd. Wow.
Hold on. I just got to make sure the script we wrote out.
Woo. 22 times.
Yeah. This is the point. Yeah, this is the part where we're supposed to be talking about Derek getting stabbed in prison. I just want to make
Ladies and gentlemen, the Italian alien brings up Derek Chauvin's prison sentence.
Kissinger just died. That's good news.
That is good news.
Yeah, Henry?
Yeah, that's his first name.
I just want to make sure you weren't talking about Frank Kissinger.
Henry Kissinger, who
my old neighbor,
is a mass murderer. And he died. Also, Sandra Cano died, the Supreme Court Justice.
Yeah.
How old was she?
93.
93. Kissinger was 100.
Yeah.
Only the good die young. Kissinger just said, Your Honor, we rest our case.
Yeah, by dying.
The good die young case. Former Olympic, what was that? Let me see what he got here. Former Olympic swimmer Cleet Keller to be sentenced for storming on Capitol. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
Because I didn't ask you about your Thanksgiving at all.
Oh, okay.
And I mean, this, I don't want to get away from Reddit here.
3 men experiencing homelessness fatally shot by potential serial killer.
Holy shit. Wait, now I'm actually interested in this.
That's terrible. And I mean, this is what the news, quote unquote, is.
So but there's somebody that's going around killing homeless people apparently, which is
sick.
Terrifying.
Sick
Jesus.
and terrifying and fucked up and really, and it's probably, I don't know, someone we know.
Yeah. It's most likely somebody in entertainment, I would imagine, who's doing that. Who do you think has serial killer vibes that you associate with
the entertainment industry
regularly?
Besides Cheetah Rivera?
Besides Cheetah Rivera or Carlos Santana?
Let me think about it.
Yeah.
While Eddie's thinking about it, isn't it about time that you got the new Jaw Puff? That's right, Jaw Puff is always available, and it's always sold out of Eddie's trunk. Jaw Puff. All this month, Jaw Puff is in all kinds of flavors and sizes and prices. Jaw Puff, nobody knows what it is.
Get your Jaw Puff today at select Target locations.
Jaw Puff!
That's the soundbite at the end. Jaw Puff!
Back to homeless men being killed in Los Angeles. No,
Yes.
That's really fucked up.
It is.
That's really fucked up, man.
You know what, though? I think exactly what is happening right now is highlighting kind of why I do justify this type of silliness on a podcast, because it's like, yes, this is horrible. Our acknowledgement of it doesn't change it in any way. So it's like, why not do a Jaw Puff, ad right in the middle? Now, did you say that because my jaw is puffy?
Jaw Puff?
I'm the most self-conscious man in the world. Did you say Jaw Puff because my jaw looks puffy?
Have you ever had any jaw problems?
A little bit. Yeah, because I clench when I sleep.
We'll be right back. We'll be right back with Jaw Talk. Jaw Talk is brought to you by yogurt that's not good. Yogurt that's not good has been a sponsor of this show for so many years. It's runny and shitty yogurt. It looks like my fiance's foot. This yogurt. Rob just shaking his head in disagreement.
Rob is like he's like our North Star.
By the way, what would be hilarious to me is if, Fanico Studios, and there's a big meeting in New York about what is going to be the podcast that represents Fanico. And they just play this to a group of people in a big, and they're just listening to this.
It's for our IPO.
Yeah.
And they're going, what the fuck is Jaw Puff?
I didn't get it. I got no.
An IPO, yes.
Is there a copy for Jaw Puff that I wasn't aware of? A man just pulls a gun in the middle of it.
Welcome to catatonic Irish singer Lars Benton. Well, all the lassies are gathering the flowers. Catatonic Irish Singer is brought to you by Humping Thing. Humping Thing. Tom, I don't know if we're going to invest in
Kevin was doing a visual gag for the listeners.
Yes, the catatonic Irish singer. I was sitting
okay.
frozen. See, I listened. I'm listening. I'm following along.
We're always filming this.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And all of these go up on YouTube eventually?
Yes.
Where can people find these on YouTube?
YouTube.com/@Eddie Pepitone. Eddie Pep Podcast.
Say it once. Why did that get to?
It sounded like he was saying it was youtube.com/@Eddie Pepitone Eddie Pep Podcast. Like the longest username possible.
It is. Yeah, it is.
I know. What the fuck is going on?
I'll tell you the easy way to do it is go to YouTube and type in Apocalypse Soon Podcast, and you'll find it immediately.
Okay, and that's been our podcast today, folks. We're the podcast with no upside. Please write a review. and when I say write a review, I'm kidding. Okay? That ship fucking sailed, all right?
Yep.
You should have wrote the reviews a long time ago.
Too late.
You fucking bunch of cocksuckers. Good, Kev.
A day late and $1 short. Thanks a lot. Yeah, if you want, go over to YouTube and
Why don't you go listen to
subscribe.
fucking Will Arnett and what's his name? Jason Bateman and Sean Hayes.
Yeah, why don't you go over there and check them out? Or you can go over to patreon.com/Eddie Pep Podcast or /Eddie Pepitone.
By the way, that was meant ironically about those guys.
Thank you. I'm glad we clarified the irony in enjoying the show.
I think we should do this is my guy, and Rob, I want your input on this too, is we should do this live. We should do the podcast live a couple of times.
Absolutely.
Like, we should do it more often than not live, I think.
I love that idea.
I don't know more often than not, but at least once or twice.
Yeah. Well, we did a couple of live ones.
Before the great harbinger
of
death
Yeah,
sweeps us in its claws.
Yeah, before we fall into the great embrace of death and the great blackness of memory.
Well, folks, I guess in summation, what I'm saying is that we read you some real news items amidst all this silliness, and the real news, quote unquote real news, the fear-based news, but also, just showing how things are coming apart.
Mm-hmm.
The lawlessness, the lack of, a moral center. And we're just trying to give you some levity.
Yeah.
Some silliness, some...
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Some...
Mike, the inflatable is losing air. Mike? Yeah, Tom. You weren't praying for celebrities, were you? Yeah, I was. I dear God, please make Mitt Wink Martindale whole. I don't know if he's alive even, but please. Apocalypse Soon, the podcast with no upside. Okay.
Wow.